Welcome back to Cordoba for the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina. My name's Paul Malin. It's been a pleasure to have your company throughout the course of the weekend once again on MXGP-TV.com with the team behind the team as well. But here we are, MXGP Race 2, getting ready to launch down that start straight into turn 1. Who's next? That's the question, the burning question, in fact, as we head into this brand new season of MXGP. Race 2, we saw Race 1, we'll see the highlights in a few moments' time. But of course, with Prado vacating the series, it opens it up for likes of Tim Gajser, Romain Febvre and Maxime Renaux. Of course, Jeffrey Hurlings would have put himself in that list at the start of the weekend, but he is missing in action, and we won't see him for maybe another couple of rounds, which is a shame. But there are plenty of other spoilers out there as well. Jeremy Seewer, Mattia Guadagnini, what a fantastic start to the year they've had at Ducati. And you'll see that from the highlights of Race 1 in a few moments' time. They were looking to impress. They've done exactly that for the newcomers. These guys have enjoyed it as well, and so have we. And I'm glad to say that, judging by the way that the weather has calmed itself down, everything will be dry. It's baked hard outside now. Everyone will be out of here in no time at all. I was dreading it, vehicles being pushed out of the paddocks and things like that, out of the parking lot. A lot of us have got flights to catch to go back transatlantic this evening as we head back to our families elsewhere on the other side of the world. Altitude here just under 400 meters. Hard pack when it's baked down, but it's loose underneath. 1,650 meters long. You know the track by now. Hope you got your factor 30 on, guys and girls. You can hear the MXGP riders out on their sighting lap. Their one look, and they were in the fortunate position that they had a fast, rapidly drying track in Race 1, as you'll see now from the race highlight. Over on the right-hand side, gate 6 or thereabouts, in red, Jeremy Seewer with his and Ducati's first of 2025. Historical moment right there. Romain Febvre tucked in behind him. Guadagnini was there in 4th place. Alongside him, Maxime Renaux, Gajser a few riders further back, but Febvre quickly into the lead. Seewer second, but by the time he got to the top of the hill, he'd gone to 3rd, as Renaux went from 4th to 2nd, passing both the red machines. Tim Gajser dropped it across the front of Guadagnini. That put him into 4th on lap 3. He then found himself going after Jeremy Seewer. That move on lap 5 put him into 3rd. By then we thought he wasn't going to do anything about the top 2 who were running away with it, until of course Renaux had that moment whilst chasing Romain Febvre. Febvre then went on to a runaway lead and win. Renaux came under pressure at the end. So too did Seewer. His teammate got the better of him as he moved into 4th. That was before the halfway stage. Lucas Kuhnen riding, let's say, slightly damaged, doing his best to salvage. Koldenhoff came through, and then he found his way past Jeremy Seewer a lap later as he moved into 5th for Fantic. But it was a comfortable win in the end for Romain Febvre, his 49th career race win. Renaux 2nd, Gajser 3rd. It was another impressive performance as well from Guadagnini to come home in 4th place. The lead Ducati. Both riders though, 4th and 6th. Right, Lisa caught up with Jeremy Seewer, but we have a guest apparently down there, in upstairs, downstairs, behind the gate. Anyway, here she is.
So we're almost ready for the final race of the day, MXGP Race 2. Let's catch up with a special guest. We spoke to his brother earlier. It's Kevin Benavides. Kevin, you're, like your brother, a regular guest at MXGP here in Argentina, but you've been keeping quite busy. Just tell us what you've been doing and what's your plan for this year. Hello,
everybody. Yes, of course, to be here is something so impressive. I really like this track. They did an amazing job. Also, it's important to have this event in Argentina, and in a place like this, in Cordoba, in the center of the country. So I was here. I never lost this one. So I really like and enjoyed it. I was watching everything. Also, I stayed with the team. I was also doing some autography with the fans and everything. So it's an amazing event. So I feel really good for this year. The injury is coming better, so that means with more time maybe the arm will be okay. So the target is to join the next race that will be in in May in South Africa. So this is the next round of the World Championship.
Okay, well, let's talk quickly about this World Championship.
Yeah.
First round of the season here in Argentina. Everyone starts from zero. Unfortunately, in the MXGP class, we don't have your fellow Red Bull KTM factory rider, Jeffrey Hurlings. But it is a stacked field, isn't it? There's a lot of fantastic riders out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fantastic riders, and it's incredible the level right now. Also, anyways, it's Lucas Konen in 450, so of course Jeffrey is missing, but I think KTM during this year they will recover and they will do it again. In the MX2 they are doing great, so also I am so happy for the team because they are working really a lot, also for my team in the rally. So I think they deserve it for this year. It's important this year.
Well, good luck for your season and enjoy the rest of your Thank you. I want to grab a few words now with Aruba.it Ducati factory rider, Jeremy Seewer. Jeremy, you're a bit of a dark horse because I spoke to you and I spoke to your teammate Mattia and you played down any expectations of your team. But that first race, you both got fantastic starts and you were both looking extremely good.
Yes, that's a good way to get this started. I have no words. I mean, we all shot the first moto of the season with a brand new bike. We had no idea where we are at. We were working hard. It seems to pay off, and it seems like we have something in our sleeve. But sure, we have work to do, and we need to improve many things. But it couldn't start any better, I think.
Okay. Best luck for this race. Jeremy Seewer there. Doesn't say much. In fact, he does. He talks the most in the whole paddock. But good luck to him and all the guys. It's time for MXGP Race 2.
A packed Cordoba circuit here for the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina. The first time here just outside of this wonderful city of Cordoba, 700 kilometers or thereabouts northwest of Buenos Aires. We're pretty central, so we've got a good catchment. Are we surprised we've got the fans turned out the way they have? Absolutely not. They did it in their droves as well when we're on the opposite side of the country, just south of the Chilean border. And wow, they have supported once and for all again this weekend. Take a look at how the riders line up. This was based on their qualifying race on Saturday, of course, for both races. Maxime Renaux, he won the qualifying race, so he lined up for race 1 earlier as the championship leader. Romain Febvre will go to the line second. Tim Gajser, Seewer, Horgmo, Koldenhoff, Guadagnini. And the rest, as you can see. I'm just looking down at one or two things here. You know what, since we've been coming back to Argentina since 2015, we've had, up until this weekend, 14 different race winners. We've had a couple more over the course of the weekend. So 16 now. That's an incredible amount of race winners, I think, over a period of time. Of course, all but 2 of those were over at Via Langostura, where we had 14 winners. And we'll see what happens here today. Because obviously we had a winner in race 1 here in MXGP who'd never previously won in Argentina, and then we had a winner in race 2 who'd never previously won around here. The other winner in race in one of the races in MX2 had previously won a race. So this Argentina Grand Prix does throw up some things, doesn't it? Maxime Renaux, 959. Will he still be leading the championship after race 2? He picked up the 10 points for his win in race 1. For the qualifying race, sorry. Start that again. Maxime Renaux picked up the 10 points for his qualifying win, which gave him the red plate. Romain Febvre, though, with his win compared to the second of Renaux, holds a 2-point championship lead heading into this race. So whoever gets the better position out of those two will surely be the championship leader, unless Tim Gajser, of course, can have something to say about it, because he's only 4 points adrift of Maxime Renaux, 6 behind Romain Febvre. Glenn Koldenhoff, Fantic Factory Racing. What a fantastic ride it was for the Fantic rider. 5th in race 1. Kevin Horgmo didn't get his lightning fast start last time around, but he will be hoping for better this time around, Kevin Horgmo. The Fly Racing 15-second warm-up then for the final time here in Argentina. Febvre in gate number 2. Alongside him to his left is the red plate holder for now, Maxime Renaux. Gajser is next, then Koldenhoff, then the 10 of Verlandren, then Seewer again. Gajser. Guadagnini this time. But, oh, was it Renaux or was it Guadagnini? Guadagnini leads coming out of turn 2. Renaux second, Lucas Koenen third, Romain Febvre in 4th place. Febvre now up into 3rd on this opening lap as he parks his way past the Belgian. And at the bottom of the hill, no time for hanging around for Maxime Renaux as he doubles his way past Guadagnini and into the lead. Where's Gajser? He's in 5th place. There he is with the 2:43. And just behind him, Paul's Jonas as they charge to the bottom of the hill. Oh, Gajser looking for a move up the inside of... Was that Guillaume? I think it was. Yeah, Guillaume, 92. He's getting himself in on the act. Didn't finish the first race. He fell at the bottom of the first downhill. Did a few laps. Decided to come in, get that bike fixed for race 2. The privateer rider. Wave Yellow's on the far side of the circuit. Tom Cott is yet to come through. We're working our way. Is that Watson there? Possibly. Just on the city jump now, maybe, or maybe Ferrato. Anyway, to get these guys over the line. There's Gajser, Jonas, the 2:59 of Cordoba, the 24 of Hogmo. Hogmo around 9th place. And he stays there as well as Koldenhoff. Just rolls up his shirt sleeves and says, you know what? No, I fancy it this time around. A massively different racetrack. Guillaume on the charge as well. Flies by. Coonan moves his way up into 4th place. What a start to the race for the 92. Lucas Coonan, though, looking to respond immediately. He goes defensive. His former riding buddy and good mate, best mate in the paddock, probably Tim Gajser, looking to dance his way around it. Switches tack, decides, you know what, I was going to go outside. Gets denied, though. Guadagnini in 2nd position. The guys down there at the skybox for Ducati and back home at base. They are going to be having an absolute bag of kittens at the moment. It was Seaver that fell on the opening lap. That's why we had yellow flags, because he was now down in 22nd place. Made a good start, but he went missing halfway around the lap. But his teammate, his wingman, his wing team, flying the flag for Ducati. Oh, Lucas Coonan gets done by Gajser as he moves up into 5th. Guadagnini keep the showboating antics to a minimum for now. Bring it home first, Guada. You and that Tash. Look at this. Stock Yamaha, number 92, Valentin Guillaume. He is in 4th position. Oh, lucky there for Romain Febvre. Back end dancing around, coming around almost at right angles on that Kawasaki Racing Team machine. Renaux, fastest man on track, a 150.5, nobody even close as he opens up more than 4.5 seconds over Guadagnini. Stays where he is, he wins the Grand Prix, takes the championship lead and the leaders' plate as well to Spain in 2 weeks' time. Remember, Febvre and Renaux were 1st and 2nd. If those positions are reversed this time around, they will tie points, but it'll be the 2nd race that decides it in favour of Renaux. But look at the time on the clock. Just over 26 minutes remain. Plenty of time on the clock. Febvre knows what's at stake here. Both the Grand Prix victory in a country that he loves. He loved Via Langostura, probably loves this place even more. Said he really enjoys riding the track here. Got his first race win in the Southern Hemisphere in race 1. Would love to make it a Grand Prix victory as well. But he's got a very tough customer, buoyed by the fact he's riding for a new team, an Italian manufacturer as well. Flying the flag for Italy on more than one sort of scope, if you like. Just there in the background, Valentin Guillaume. Gajser still not able to do anything about the Flying Swiss. Lucas Kuhnen 6, Cordoba 7, Jonas 8, Gifting, Horgmo ran out your top 10 in the Eviago Kirzis. Febvre dives down the inside, but Guada saw it coming, cut back and maintains position. Guada still second. Can't even see Renaux. That's 7.4 second advantage. See him coming back in the opposite direction, not even there. There he is, into the waves already. Panzer is up to 13. So who has gone missing there? Tondel is dropping down the leaderboard from 13th place. And out of the points at the moment. Gajser now impatient with Valentin Guillot. Gets alongside and he'll have the inside line at the bottom of the hill. Breezes by the man in red. Gajser now up into 4th place. Febvre opens up that corner a treat, but then he just breaks traction on the way out. The Aruba.IT Ducati factory motocross team have had a absolutely outstanding opening Grand Prix so far. Sira up into 19th after his mishap on the opening lap. Right, Febvre looking to go around the outside of Guadagnini. Guadagnini stays where he is, you know. 3rd overall for Ducati, 40 points. But Febvre chomping at his heels. He's going to cut back. He'll go right and then cut to the inside. He doesn't even need to cut back. He just drops it across, takes over the position. Febvre now 2nd, right at the end of lap 3. Gajser lining up the Italian as well. Quick pull of the tear off there for the 101. Febvre now with clear track. He's only got 10.8 seconds to make up. It's not impossible, not around here. So Gajser up to 4th with his move on Guillot. He's now looking at eyeing up Guadagnini around the outside, and he does move into 3rd place. Calmly done as well by the 5-time champ. Guillot's not gone anywhere either. He's eyeing up the top 5 position. He would love to be eyeing up the 4th place finish as well if he can find his way past Guadagnini. Kuhnen still in 6th. Koldenhoff 7, Gifting 8, Jonas 9, Horgmo 10, Kietz 11, Bonacorsi in 12th place, Lalanda in 13, Jan Panzer, and then Appreciado de Santos is in 15th, then Toronto, Watson 17, Bogus, Sira and Brumman. So Sira in the thick of it at the moment. Toned down. Mistake that he had, or an issue, 13th. Down to 0, obviously coming into pit lane with an issue, either a crash or a technical on the JWR Honda. Ruben Fernandez outside of the points as well in 21st place. Maxime Renaux though, 9.8 seconds his gap. He was a 151.7. Romain Febvre, 151.9. What did we say about the gap? And time and all the rest of it, it's not impossible, not around here. Okay, the gap, slightly bigger than Febvre would have hoped at this stage of the race, but he'll get his head down and he'll do what he can to whittle down this man here. Keep up, camera. See how the ground is really drying out now. That berm at the top of the hill was sticky in race 1. The more this ground dries out, it becomes like talcum powder, where it just gives way, and that's also going to offer up another challenge. You go in, you look, you say, yeah, let's just rail this berm, and all of a sudden, the front end just folds through, the back just gets lit up, and you go down on your ear as quick as a flash. So riders now, even with the next 20 minutes or so, +2, have to be very mindful. Oh, did he just grab the foot peg there? Gajser not done with Febvre either. Got him in his line of sight. The Frenchman was half a second quicker than the Slovenian that time around. But sector 1, Gajser 2/10 up. Sector 2, he lost about a half a second. Losing ground in sector 3, which they've just hit. Now the racetrack shaping up though. Bumpy, choppy, gnarly. Renaux about to hit the line. In fact, you just saw him there sailing over the Montreal finish line. 1:51.955. 5 laps in the books for the Frenchman. Fellow countryman over the line now, Romain Febvre. Again, 1:51.1, so he's at 9.4 second deficit. Gajser just under 2 seconds further back. So Paul Jonas, he's in 9th place. Oh! That was unfortunate there. Gifting just stepped off the bike. Didn't look, actually. Jonas was committed. Wow, Gifting, man of steel, proper Viking. Picks himself up. Dejected. Tough day then for, or tough ending to the day for JK Racing, because Isaac Gifting, 12th in race 1, privateer team, don't forget. Yeah, Febvre chipping away at Renault's lead, below 9 seconds now, 8.5. Hits the Monster Energy jump, has a quick glance across to see where Renaux is. A little bit of traffic on the horizon to deal with as well. Gajser working his way back into contention, is he? Anyway, Lisa Leyland's down in pit lane, not sure who she's got, but let's see who she has.
Jeremy, so far so good for Maxime Renaux, currently leading. However, Febvre is closing.
Yeah, but you know, the pre-season race also, Romain and Maxime ride all together already in Auxonne and La Capelle. So you see what you see on the beginning, the pre-season race. He came on a GP and he do the same. So I think like Maxime and Romain is already really in shape on that time. Also Gajser. These 3 guys was, I think, ready on time.
But also with Maxime, he won the qualifying race yesterday. He's leading the way now. On a personal note for him, a fantastic confidence boost that he needs, especially after last year.
Yeah, Maxime, you know the character for Maxime. He want really to show, and not to show only for the people, but also for himself. He can manage. But if he have good to win the race, for sure he can push to win the race. You know. So yeah, I think he want to show. He was ready to win many GP.
Best of luck to the team. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Jeremy Fontaine then, just getting his word in. Yeah, good point. You know, pre-season races, some people read something and nothing into them because some riders maybe show up, don't show their true hand or whatever else, but Renaux Febvre, they're on a similar level, picks himself up nicely there over that braking bump. And like you said, Jeremy Fontaine, Renaux Febvre, Gajser, 3 guys that are on form in those pre-season races. And they're right on the money, right at the very first round as well. Just over 15 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Round the back of the start then, just after the finish line. Maxime Renaux, the gap 8 seconds. 53.005, 51.5. Renaux and Febvre respectively. Febvre will not give up the ghost, he will keep fighting and chipping away. And the reason for that is, as we saw in race 1, when Renaux was chasing Febvre, and then he got a little bit of whiskey at the bottom of the hill, but trigger happy. hit the braking zone, grabbed a handful of gas, launched out the side of the track, landed on a berm in the opposite direction. And Gajser, in the end of the race, was able to close in and challenge for that second place. Febvre will be hoping that there's a chink in the armour somewhere that will allow him just to gain a little bit of ground here, but at the moment is doing it by riding and lap times alone. I'm glad you know that the rain that we had first thing this morning up until midday has passed. It gives the fans here a real opportunity to enjoy some fantastic racing, just as they did in the qualifying on Saturday when we had, okay, warm conditions, maybe not as hot as today, but it was dry, loose. You could pretty much turn wherever you wanted across the racetrack. The rain overnight has done this track a world of good. It's properly gone in, sorted a few ruts out as well, and it's made it challenging. Lucas Koenen under pressure from the Hoff. He lost out to the Dutchman in race 1 as Cordoba worked his way through to 5th. But this is damage limitation for the young Belgian. Any points on the board today. Looks across, knows the Hoff is there. There might not be much of a challenge here. And there isn't. And the Hoff breezes around the outside, moves into 6th place. And then Hoff throws it away, folds the front, and that is a lucky escape for Lucas Koenen. Bags himself another point or two. So Cordoba goes down just as he'd taken 6th place. And he re-emerges in 11th position. So Jonas up to 7, Hordmo up to 8, Geertz 9, Verlanderen now into the top 10. Very tight in terms of the overall Grand Prix classification, very tight in terms of the championship classification. If it were to stay like this, Maxime Renaux and Romain Febvre would leave here tied on points. But Maxime Renaux and Romain Febvre would share the points at the top of the Grand Prix podium, 47 apiece. Renaux would leave here, though, with a 1-point advantage over Febvre for the top of the championship, 57 to 56. Gajser would be on 48 in 3rd, with Guadagnini and Ducati in 4th, both overall and in the overall championship. There's Guillaume, just ahead of Koenen. Still coming down that gap. Right, we were 3-point-something seconds a moment ago between Febvre and Gajser. Gajser's got his act together here. It's now 2.5. Is there going to be a bit of Tiger time? Last 10 minutes plus 2 laps to try and whittle down Febvre. It's a very different race and different strategy this time around. Race 1, because of all the rain that we had, the cloud was lifting at the start of the race. It was generally a lot cooler, wasn't as humid. Now the track faster, hotter, drier. Can't just go walls to the wall, if you like, and just hope for the best. The track a lot rougher than it was. The roughest it's been over the course of the weekend as well. That will also come into play. Yes, these guys are supremely fit athletes, but if you struggle in the heat, pushing in these kind of conditions is not going to be recommended, I guess. I was talking to Kenny Day from Fox. He's here this weekend, Fox USA, and he was saying kind of, you know, first of all, his first impression of the circuit, absolutely fantastic. Well worth the trip from LA. Secondly, the humidity here in the heat, reminding him a bit more sort of reminiscent of Florida. Close to 100 degrees. And humid as Gajser. An accidental scrub. Looked like he just got pitched in the rut there, went off to the right, but bike skills served him well. Turned it into a save. Jonas has just put his best lap in, 1:54.3 at the end of the last lap. Kawasaki Racing Team, of course. But Maxime Renaux doing a good job of maintaining his gap and his focus. 8.5 seconds now between him and Romain Febvre. Solid so far for the Frenchman. Maxime Renaux confirmed as the Vauxhall Shop winner then. It was he and Guadagnini. It must have been very, very tight. We'll see at the end of the race, of course. But Maxime Renaux Vauxhall Shop continuing to lead the way. 7 career black plates now in that contest. Came here, meaning business. He's showing everybody, yeah, it might be only the first round, but played his cards. Saying basically, you want to challenge me, first you've got to beat me. To beat me, you've got to get out and start with me. Romain Febvre was the other rider, the only rider really to seriously challenge him over the course of the weekend. To this point, and had he not spent that time behind Guadagnini, where eventually he found his way past on lap 2 or 3. Yeah, just looking back, just wants to make sure where Gajser is. We've got 7-8 minutes left to go. Wants to know if he needs to push or if he can back it off. So that says to me, he's happy, he's content to take second overall this weekend, at the very least. Gajser still within striking distance. But I think the riders in general underestimated the heat here, because prior to this race, when we were in Via Langostura since 2015, up in the mountains, upper altitude, yes, we probably got to about 20 degrees. Some 10 or maybe more, 10 or 12 degrees cooler than where we are now during the day. A lot cooler at night. Gajser just chasing the front end there. We're up into 15th, Fernandez up to 13th. He was outside of the points in 21st place at the start of the race. But I think what we've seen here this weekend, a lot of fans have come out to support the race. Some, you never know, they probably just stayed at home thinking, oh, we're not going to get better than Via Langostura, are we? All of a sudden they see this on TV, and then they say, next year we are there. Somebody who's there right in the zone at the moment is Tim Gajser. And as I suspected, Febvre looking around to see where Gajser was a lap ago. Slight mistake there, though. And I'm just wondering whether he's just hit the wall here because of that heat, that humidity. Because whatever the reason for him looking back, Gajser is right there. And he's closing in with 6 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Can't afford to switch off. Every point is vital. Both these riders know they were involved in that absolutely titanic championship battle, weren't they? 3 riders, 3 rounds, 3 points. That going back to 2021, of course. Going into the final race of that final round. Febvre held the championship lead as red plate, but he was tied on points with Jeffrey Hurlings in Mantova. Whoever beat the other was going to be crowned world champion. Hurlings came away with the win. to claim his 5th world title. And you can go back over that campaign and see where there were points lost and points gained on both sides of the coin. So Febvre, on that basis, with Gajser behind him, knows that he can't afford to let the 243 on that Honda find a way by. Siwa down to 18. So Siwa losing ground. He was in 14th place. He's now down in 18th. Thirteen laps complete. Renaux, 11 seconds clear of Romain Febvre. So Siwa, keep your eyes peeled. Oh, look at that, massive high side. Oh, he lands hard as well. Coming out of that turn at the bottom of turn 7. Back end came around, looks like he just lost traction. Went one way, then the other, and then I'm not sure if it was at the side door, the back door, or a bit of both. Either way, he was riding a convertible there, because a roof would have prevented that. Tough blow for Siwa because he was marching towards the top 10 once again. After a good start and then a mishap on lap 1, left him down and outside the top 22 or 3. Don't worry, the blue flag wasn't for Tim Gajser at the bottom of the hill. His head's down, he's focused on Febvre. Febvre responding well to the threat from behind. The gap still hovering around about 1.9. We get the next split coming out of this next left turn at the top of the hill. Still hovering at 1.9. A couple of lappers ahead of Febvre, one in front of Gajser. Keeps to the outside, Gajser drops it to the inside. Maxime Renaux still 10.5 seconds or thereabouts clear as he completes lap 14. 2 minutes on the clock. So we are going to be 3-lap territory here, aren't we? Because lap time's 1:54. Last time around, Kevin Horgmo. Despite that mishap in race 1, it's had a solid weekend. The number 24 for the Honda Motor Blues SR Motul team. Lucas Koenen, though, lucky to stay upright in that 6th position there. Horgmo closing down on him. Solid effort this from Lucas Koenen. Rome wasn't built in a day, he posted the other day. Quitting isn't an option was another thing he posted on his social channels. He'll leave here 5th overall in the Grand Prix with 29 points. It's reminiscent of when Jorge Prado broke a femur as he entered the MXGP category as a rookie. Only a few weeks out from that injury. He lined up at Mattia Base in the opening round, hoping to score some points. He came away with 26. And had it not been for COVID, where he contracted that virus towards the end of the season, he could have been world champion that year, you know, because he got himself right into contention, certainly 2nd or 3rd at the time, and not a lot in it between him and the leaders either. You look at Koenen, 29 points in the opening round. Again, every point counts, even here. Jonas. And Coldenhoff, the Hoff in 9th, Jonas in 8th. The Latvian not resisting at the moment. Sorry, he's resisting everything that Coldenhoff is throwing at him. Plenty of time left on the clock as Renaux went through. Coldenhoff did find his way through. He moved into 8th position. Guadagnini heading up towards the line, 4th place. Solid performance for him, 4th in race 1. He's looking at 4th in race 2. It's not often you get 2 4th place finishes and don't make the podium, but when the 3 guys ahead of you have been 1st, 2nd and 3rd in both races, it tells you all you need to know. But for Guadagnini and for Aruba.IT Ducati, what a sensational start to 2025. Lucas Kühnen in cruise mode as he does his best to keep Horgmo behind him. Koldenhoff closing in though. 1.9 as he hit the line, but I think by the end of the lap, and you might even see a flash of white in a minute, white and red coming into view now. There you go. That's Koldenhoff joining the party. He already found his way into 6th, didn't he? He passed Lucas Kühnen and then fell back down to 11th on lap 8. Here we are on lap 16, and he's got Kühnen ahead of him again, and Kevin Horgmo dives down the inside. A lot of effort for 6th place, triple for Horgmo. He had enough room there on the side to find his way past Kühnen. So Horgmo spectacularly finds his way by Kühnen into 6th position. And the Hoff goes through as well. Lucas Kühnen, sadly for us, a sitting target this weekend in that kind of scenario. But you know what? 2 good starts, good push early on. He's kept him there, and despite 2 late passes at this stage, he'll still be coming out of here in 8th place in this race. Can't ask for any more than that. 7th in race 1, 8th in race 2, if he stays where he is. Good day at the office, all things considered. 2 to go. Horgmo into 6th, Koldenhoff 7th. Meanwhile, Gajser, Febvre still jostling over that 2nd place. Febvre there at the moment, but not by much. Is it going to be another launch, another attack from Gajser, just to get amongst? Doesn't want to give any kind of muscle flexing opportunities to Febvre. Certainly doesn't want to give any to Maxime Renaux either. And if you can nick a position on the final lap, properly demoralises the rider that you've just passed. Into the final lap, Maxime Renaux. He has been absolutely on point. Last race win back in 2023, race 2 in Switzerland. To look as far back as April the 10th for that. So almost 2 years ago. Urged on by the fans here. Gajser and Febvre 1.3 seconds apart. Same weekend that he got that race win. Maxime Renaux also claimed victory at the Swiss Grand Prix on April the 10th. But he also bagged himself plenty more before that in his MXGP rookie campaign. But it's been a long time coming for Maxime Renaux. A couple of years struggling with that foot injury. The fans appreciating his efforts around here. He can go into cruise mode. He's got about 6 seconds and 3 corners to go. And Maxime Renaux just looks across, makes sure Febvre is not there challenging. And what a dream start for the Monster Energy Yamaha rider. He won the qualifying race. That gave him the red plate and the championship lead. He wins race 2. He wins the Grand Prix here in Argentina. He leads the World Championship as we head to Spain in Cordoba. Febvre crosses the line second, Gajser third, and they know they have had a Grand Prix here this weekend. The sun came out, the heat rose, but bringing a different kind of heat. Maxime Renaux on that Monster Energy Yamaha, victorious here in Argentina at the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina in Cordoba.
Maxime Renaux, Roma in Febvre.
9 Grand Prix victories now, 19 race wins. And Maxime Renaux, well, that kind of result makes the journey home just that little bit more satisfying, doesn't it?
Of
course, we'll try and grab a quick word with him as soon as we can. Everybody else getting themselves over the line. Nothing else to report really in the latter stages. But also, what an occasion that we had in the first race as well. You think of how things happened here this weekend. Different manufacturers, for instance, Kawasaki. This is how they finished in the first race. Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, Ducati, Fantic. 5 different manufacturers in the top 5 places. It'll be a noisy podium ceremony. It always is here. Yamaha with their 5th victory here on Argentine soil. The last was Jago Kirtz. Back in 2023 in MX2, that was of course at Neuquén at Villa Langostura. Might be a while getting out of here today, boys and girls. In terms of French victories, though, Maxime Renaux makes sure the French nation bags a 3rd victory in Argentina, but how Romain Febvre would have loved it to have been him. Especially in a season where there were no French Grand Prix winners at all last year. Here's Lisa with Maxime.
Maxime Renaux, wow, you've waited a long time for this. You got the GP victory. You leave here with the championship leader, red plate. Yes, it's early days, but this must feel good.
It's amazing. It's one thing taken, you know, like my first real red plate, because yesterday it didn't feel like it. But yeah, it's just amazing, you know. It feels a little bit like those movies, you know, like Never Back Down or something. Like I feel like I've worked really good. I'm surrounded by a really good crew, really good people. My physical trainer, my MX trainer, I want to thank them because they never gave up. They always trusted me, and yeah, it feels amazing.
Great job, thank you.
Maxime Renaux off to a flying start then in 2025 in the FIM Motocross World Championship with overall victory here at the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina just outside of Cordoba. The long flight back will taste oh so much more sweeter as he feasts his eyes on Cordoba in 2 weeks' time. But you know what? Whilst he will enjoy that victory, we will look forward to what could be a fascinating Grand Prix campaign in 2025. Romain Febvre and Tim Gajser surely want to get in on the act as well. Fans will do their best to break down the barriers to make their way to the podium. Maxime Renaux wins race 2 from Febvre, Gajser, Guadagnini on that Ducati. 2 4th place finishes for him. Guillaume, Borgmo, Koldenoff and Lucas Kuhnen. Rounding out the top 10, though, we have Paul Jonas and Andrea Bonacorsi. Good day for Bonacorsi as well. Valandren in 11th place ahead of Jago Kirtz, Ruben Fernandez, Jan Panzer and Ben Watson. And just behind Watson, it was Preciado, Dos Santos, Bogus, Siwa, Koch and Brumman. Siwa was hoping for better, but for that moment at the bottom of that hill there, which spat him on his ear, The overall Grand Prix victory belongs to Maxime Renaux, who will take the red plate to round 2 in Kozar 2 weekends from now. He shares the points with Romain Febvre, but it's the Monster Energy Yamaha who leads the way here after round 1. Gajser on the podium in 3rd. An impressive start for Guadagnini and the Aruba.it Ducati boys, 4th overall. Cordoba and Fantic rounding out the top 5 here overall. And then we had Lucas Koenen, impressive as well for the young Belgian. Jonas, Geerts, Bonacorsi and Fernandez rounding out the top 10 overall. World Championship classification, though, slightly different because of the points awarded in the qualifying race, where the top 10 riders score, of course, 10 for the win, down to 1 for 10th place. Maxime Renaux 1 point clear of Romain Febvre as they head to the 2nd round. Gajser just a few points further back. Guadagnini will go there, 4th overall in the championship, ahead of Cordoba, Koenen, Siwa, Hogmo, Jonas and Geerts. In the manufacturer's standings, Yamaha sweep the board then. Overall on the day, overall in the championship, overall in the manufacturer's standings. In a year where we've got record manufacturers out on track this year. Take a look at the foxhole shot. You take yourself a track marker, young man. You've earned it. That's how close it was. Maxime Renaux got the nod. So Renaux with 1, Siwa with 1. Can only go with what I've been told. That top of your screen, the series of tents there, that's the paddock area. Closed off, as you can see. There'll be a hive of activity now in the next couple of hours where bikes are stripped, recrated as they get collected, shipped to the airport and sent back to Europe. A long night for the mechanics. But let's move our way to the podium then, shall we?
Con el podio, Febvre que se acerca, Gajser. Gran trabajo de los tres. Vamos con Tim Gajser, el piloto oficial de Honda, que va al podio, el piloto de Eslovenia.
3rd overall then at the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina, Cordoba. Team Honda HRCs, Tim Gajser, 2 solid performances for him, 40 points on the bag, 2 3rd place finishes. His 119th career podium, his 23rd appearance as a 3rd place finisher. 2nd overall, Kawasaki Racing Team, Romain Febvre. He seems pleased with that. 76 podium visits. But Maxime Renaux on the top step of the podium. His 9th career victory. Sealed with a 19th career race win in race 2. Michele Levetic, team manager for Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP. He's all smiles over there, stage left, as we look down towards the podium. Tough conditions today. Bit of heat, bit of humidity. Christian Simaski, the Infinito CEO. The CEO of this particular racetrack here. What a great job they've done with our track crews. Tim Gajser taking that 3rd place trophy here this weekend. Augustin Cayeri, the sport agency of Cordoba, handing the 2nd place trophy to Romain Febvre. 2nd overall for the Frenchman. He knows he's in a good place. Manuel Fernando Calvo, the Governor Secretary, handing the winner's trophy to Maxime Renaux. Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP, the man with the biggest smile down there, the team owner, Hans Corvers. Christian Martin, the Infinito CEO, again handing the winner's trophy, the team trophy to Michele Levetti. That will, I wonder how heavy it is. Might be a weight limit on the overhead locker, but if Hans is flying back in business, well, we can take extra luggage. Your top three here this weekend: Maxime Renaux, Roman Febvre, Tim Gajser. Just one more thing though. Antonio Alia Portela, the FIM CMS director, on hand to deliver the championship leaders red plate after round one to Maxime Renaux, who leads as we leave Argentina for Gajser at round two.
Como fabricante por Yamaha, ganadora de la carrera.
Maxime Renaux, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP, Roman Febvre, Kawasaki Racing Team, and Tim Gajser, Honda HRC, on the podium here this weekend, the opening round of 2025. We'll talk to the top three in a few moments' time, but before that, here's another recap as to what happened in MXGP Race 2. We got underway, sunny skies, and a much rapidly drying racetrack. It almost looked like Mattia Guadagnini would make it to 2 foxhole shots for Ducati, but it was in fact Maxime Renaux who was given the nod. And Renaux quickly into the lead on the opening lap as he found his way onto the rear wheel first of all and then passed. But then by the time that Febvre got there into that second position, Renaux was already gone. Gajser then took a while to get past Guadagnini as well. But eventually, the 243 made that pass stick. That was on lap 3. Jeremy Seewer, who fell on lap 1 and was working his way back through traffic, he fell from 14th down to 18th. Didn't have the same replication of that first race. Kevin Horgmo and Glenn Koldenoff both found their way past a bewildered Lucas Kuhnen as they made their way up to 6th and 7th places respectively, but it was a comfortable win in race 2 for Maxime Renaux, and with it he took the overall Grand Prix and the championship leaders red plate. Well, that's all we have time for here this weekend. We will be back in 2 weeks. Make sure you can join us on MXGP-TV. In fact, are we going to the podiums or not? We are. We do have interviews. I was just told we weren't, but we are. Anyway, here is Lisa with our winner.
Maxime Renaux, congratulations. You had that championship leader red plate. You're looking good. You're feeling good. Good job maintaining that gap with Febvre on your back wheel in that second race.
Yeah, it was a nice race. Pulled the whole shot and then pulled a gap, and then I could manage the gap all the motor. So it was great. Super happy. Now, yeah, we have many races to come, so let's focus on that. I just want to make small messages to my race mechanic, which is not here this weekend. He unfortunately has some problem of health, and yeah, he's really missed, and I hope he'll be back very soon. See you, bro.
Thanks, Max. Second overall, we have Romain Febvre. Romain, it's very much battle of the Frenchies all weekend. You won the first race. You had to settle for second in that second race, but you are looking good out there and feeling good, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm happy. You know, it's the first one of a long season. We are exactly where we want to be. I feel really good at the moment. Yeah, just the first moto was just a perfect moto, but the second one I didn't get a good jump. But I managed to turn really good the first turn, and I was third, but yeah, I was just too slow to pass Guadagnini, and then yeah, when I passed him, the gap was made, and he was about 10 seconds, so it was hard to come back. But yeah, anyway, second overall, good points, feeling good. Yeah, let's go in Europe.
Thanks, Romain. Third overall today, we have Tim Gajser. Tim, solid, consistent weekend for you. 2 great races. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, the speed was good. Definitely need to work on the starts again. But yeah, riding was good. Speed was there. Just need to be more in front on the beginning. You know, we 3 are really fast. Pace is quite similar, so the starts are really important on the track, like how was today. But yeah, I mean, now we know on what we have to work on. So huge thank you to all the team, everybody around me, and can't wait to go again in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Tim.
Third overall for Honda HRC's Tim Gajser, 2 third-place finishes. He'll be pleased with that. Step by step. And there is a difference between the pre-season races and getting into a Grand Prix when it happens. Different pace, different level, different kind of track. Again, just going through some of those little finer details. Third overall for the Slovenian. Second overall for Romain Febvre on the Kawasaki. Again, more than happy with his performance. Good points on the board. But Maxime Renaux will leave here with the championship leader's red plate. He lined up for race 1 with it. He leaves after race 2 with it. Stuck to that monstrous Yamaha. Maxime Renaux, your winner here at the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina. And we are out of time this time. We will be back in 2 weeks' time when we head to Spain and Kozar, a circuit that has had a lot of work done to it in the off-season. A lot longer, more open, more wider, bigger jumps, more dirt put on top. They've really worked their butts off down there. So we will see down there the MXGP of Castilla-La Mancha. From me, Paul Malin, Lisa Lane, and all of the team, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have your company once again. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.